Okay, so I'm over here working on the video, you know what I mean? You see it. I don't know if you see it at the bottom, but I got Photoshop Premiere open. You see it, got Reverend Chapter 1. Shout out Kodoku Studios for finally uprising the community. So we have something to talk about that we can all agree on. Instead of Fangwan, just, I don't know, providing Immortal Goo in front of the whole Immortal War. What else happened? Him slaying the whole mountain. This the equivalent of niggas over there in the Renegade Immortal subreddit. Keep on talking about the Tang Clan getting eliminated. But finally, we had something new to talk about besides some trash Dongwa, like Renegade Immortal community have. We have this Manhwa, man. This Manhwa is beautiful. Y'all, man. I really, really like it. Don't worry, I have a review coming out on it soon. But I just want to really talk about like the subreddit because, like I said, I was making this video. And I was like, you know what? I got to get some of this content for the subreddit because some people said it was like AI or whatever, right? I seen some posts. And then I see like this mod pinned this post from 14 hours ago. And this is why we can't have nice things. Like, who is this, bro? I don't know if the universe has been sublimated enough that the Heavenly Will spawned in, Heaven's Way spawned in, the Heavenly Tao spawned in, and now it's starting to subligate rules into the reality that we now live in. I don't know what's wrong, but let me read this out. We are happy to view the creative outputs of fan or even AI. Remember this, right? They are happy to view creative outputs for fans. Remember that. They said they like creative outputs. Fan art, maybe even piece of media. Even those AI generated videos from Google VO3. They fuck with those. They love it. Somebody make a movie on this subreddit. However, there's a line that we draw, and that's where the project is gathering money. He's obviously talking about the Kodoku studio. I'm smelling haters. Maybe Heaven is scared. Heaven is scared that the Manhwa started to blow up out of proportion. They scared, bro. I don't know what's happening here. However, there's a line that we draw. Not really. You rather use AI. And that's where the project is gathering money. If there is a profit to be made from Renegade, I said Renegade, Reverend Insanity, that will break copyright. We'll remove all submissions related to endeavors. This go to double. Wait, hold on, bro. Wait, this goes double for projects made by team, which we have no visibility of or contact with, and which could simply be AI generated and exploiting gullible fans. Okay, so just say that you have a theory. This mod in particular, I'm not going to blame the whole subreddit. I doubt the Heavenly Court all came together and said, you know what, guys, let's actually come to a very nice standstill decision. This guy had to come out, and if they did, who's the fuck running this? Like, you accept AI generated content, but when it's an actual team that has proved themselves to actually be contacting cheating in order to get an official one-to-one faithful adaptation of a Manhwa in a community that is literally dead. I wouldn't say dead, but like Reverend Insanity specifically is kind of a dead community because the novel don't go on. What are niggas talking about? We had nothing to talk about until this. We had some shit to talk about, and now the Heavens is like, they just absorbed it. I'm like, yo, where the piece of media going? I got hit with the Mandela effect. I'm like, wasn't that a Renegade remake mod? I don't know who this mod is. I'm personally gonna attack you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to personally attack you. I'm sorry, bro. Whoever this mod is, you're one of the worst mods of all time. It's nothing wrong with that, but I think you should have probably ran this to ChatGPT, maybe asked it if there was any type of like conflicting points in this paragraph. Maybe it would have chopped it up for you. I'm sorry. Wait, this ain't funny. Rules 5 and 7 should already make this clear. Okay, let's see the rules of this subreddit. No links to pirated sites. Too bad it's not pirated. This is official shit. This is official shit made by fans. That they said, let's come together, and if you want to support us and want to get our name out there, please go read it. If anything, they're doing this shit for free. They released 9, and they're releasing chapters for free. Yeah, you may be able to get like a chapter or two, like a week or two early, but like, we're going to be getting free chapters of all 2,334 chapters that we haven't seen since 2018. 2019. I don't know. Let me read some comments on this because this just doesn't make sense. So you allow AI, but when a team comes out to actually officially make work, to actually revive the community, to give the community hope, maybe even shake something up over there cheating in, maybe shake something up. Who knows? You never know the domino effect of shit, bro. And you want to do some shit like this? Are you dumb? Anyways, I don't know who did this. Let's read the comments. Heaven's will has finally manifested in this song. I didn't even see this. Oh my god. What was the context of this? Of course, it's the real world Manhua. They have been posting. The reason why I don't even go specifically on like the Reverend Insanity subreddit, I'd rather just go to the Marshall memes and stuff like that, is because it's just some be AI, bro. They support AI, my nigga, but don't support actual authentic work that is being made by the community. Even if they saying, yo, we need a little bit of bread until cheating get on our back and then we can have the funding. We just need the aura. Come on, bro. This shit, if anything, this shit look more like a Kickstarter, if anything. And nothing wrong with that, bro. Come on. Not like anybody else is gonna have the balls to pull this off ever again. If anything, someone might have the balls to pull this off with AI. But I guess we thought that was the case with this studio, but they've already proven. If you don't know, I could pull up the screenshots. Look, they're really sketching for all these characters, you know what I mean? So, these are the sketches, not AI. This is the cover, not AI. Where's the AI? Wait, hold on. Where's the extra fingers? Hold on. Where's the extra eyeballs? Wait, hold on. I'm not seeing none of that. Wait. Oh. Is this AI? Hold on. Look, this image is likely real, bro. Like, come on. Even though none of these tools are necessarily, like, good tools. Dang, they tell you when this created with AI. So let me upload one of my thumbnails. I wonder if they gonna say this shit AI. I'm gonna upload an OG thumbnail. One of the OGs. Oh, yeah. This shit works. Alright, let's continue reading some of the comments. What is the context of this? The rework Manhua? Yes, OP mentions censoring content regarding that. Can't really tell whether there's just general discussion of it. Links, screenshots, or whole chapters are banned. While I sort of get why the mod is doing this, it doesn't feel good. This is lately face suppression. I wouldn't say that. The novel has been banned for so long that it would have been nice to the community to rally. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I even said this in my video, bro. Like, this shit's so stupid. Like we don't have nothing to talk about besides, like, the same 5 moments. Can we have some news shit? It would have been nice for the community to rally and have discussion about the new fan-made Manhwa, as we've been starved for content for so a while now. The post-proton Manhwa had, like, 300 plus, like, was rare for the subs. I'm pretty sure the community agrees. If the mods don't want specific, probably illegal media discussed on their sub, they are pretty justified to do that. Yeah, that's cool. And like this person said, they could make their own Reddit, but it's like, people can't talk about it. Can people still talk about it, like, and just not, like, post links to the Manhwa or say, like, yo, go to this website and shit like that? People can still post screenshots, though. If you allow AI art, you can at least post screenshots, you know what I mean? Like, how do you expect anyone to work for free? I don't think you realize how difficult it is to draw each chapter. As for copyright, this entire Xianxia industry really began on the absence of copyright 10 years ago, when Coin Dragon, I Shall Still Have His Martial God Sword, was being translated for money by Uchiha World. If people are still whining about copyright and piracy 10 years ago, this huge web novel industry would never existed today. I wouldn't say huge, by the way. No one will work for free, and everyone deserves fair rumination. Ironically, now it's the very people that benefited from the lack of copyright enforcement that go out and ban people for doing what they did in Reddit. Pretty stupid. As for money, I'm sure something could be worked out later on with the author, but to ban RI manga, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're getting deals with cheating. You never even know what might happen or pop off. They might be like, you know what, man, we'll allow you to have the manga, even though you might cut out a little bit of shit. You know what I mean? But we gonna let you have the manga, bro. Like, we gonna back you up with some funding, and then they don't need no Patreon no more. They just, it's like a Kickstarter. I see this shit like a Kickstarter. They putting this shit up, man. They say, yo, man, we need all the cash we can get. Shit. I didn't even know that 10 years ago niggas said, you know what, fuck all copyright. But it kind of makes sense, bro, because if we niggas were worrying about copyright and we needed permission every time we translated a novel, we'll be flooded with MTLs. Let's see the mob response. How do you expect anyone to work for free? I don't think you realize how difficult it is to draw each chapter. I don't expect people to. So it's particularly interesting that in an era where AI can, like, just say that you have, just, like, come on, like, how you gonna set AI art? So, okay, bro, you want to reinforce the ability for this to actually happen, even though they just proved that it isn't true, that they actually draw their work. You're gonna actually reinforce people using AI, but then ban AI. Although he is right, those projects you are speaking of did have like, you know, agreements in place with Ushio World, you know what I mean? Like, I doubt when Beyond the Time Skip we getting translated by my boy Deathblade. This nigga Deathblade said, let me just pick this shit up somewhere. Dang, for the Raws. No proof of individuals behind it. Hi, I'm one of the people working on this, and to see people quickly assume this AI without a single evidence or even contact the creator to get evidence is like spitting directly on our work and try to discredit. That's why I agree. I don't know if it's because this reminds me of like when niggas thought it was fake when we had 3 Spider-Mans. Now hear me out. It was such a baffling when No Way Home was coming out. When niggas thought we wasn't finna have 3 Spider-Mans, that niggas thought any of the leaked shit that we saw with Toby and Andrew Garfield and shit like that, the shit literally looked, we thought it was all AI. It couldn't be real. It was no way. And I think it's no way that's a fan made. Some fans came together and put in their hard work, and especially in this day and age with AI, especially how much AI is ran through in this novel community, that they actually said, you know what, bro, let's put our skills together, put our friendships together, put our minds together to actually make something for the community that we could all geek up behind. And who knows where this shit could go. It might even make it more popular, it might make this shit blow up. But no, let's actually say, heaven will, let's oppress this shit. If you want to talk about this is not AI, it's content policy, well, first of all, the link everyone here is not piracy, illegal, or shady. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's an official website. As for Rule 7, no one even get profit from this. You want to know how much a Webtoon manga will cost? Well, electricity and human health and time not generated by AI. So even with the money we get or may getting from the future, it's still a non-profit or even a loss. So if you really want to do policy straight and forward, how about banning all the posts about the previous manga since it's mostly illegally translated in piracy site? That's what I'm saying. Niggas reading this on manga decks. Then again, if no Patreon or profit link can be shared, I guess we can still upload image or episode on the sub as long as the original manga can still be. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if the problem is just making profit, just say you don't want niggas making crazy bags off of this. Like, even though niggas ain't making crazy bags, just say you don't want niggas making crazy bags off of this, and it could be AI. Just stand on what you think. Don't be trying to like beat around the bush like, well, when there's somebody out here who's trying to grief with AI and try to boot up a studio that we don't know who's behind it, who's trying to make a manhwa. I'm not talking about no specific names here, but man, pussy ass nigga, you better stand on what you saying, nigga. Just say that you think that these niggas saying that AI, and when they expose your ass, man, don't be deleting no comments, pussy ass nigga. It's on you to contact us if you want to advertise, not the other way around. By the way, we are Studio Worksy Ready Proof. Got this thing, what the hell we call it? This thing Duke Long, bro. Oh my god, bro is Duke Long. I'm gonna repeat what I said to the burner account. We aren't going to support a monetized project, and to that end, submissions are being... So piracy content is allowed. AI content is allowed, and by reinforcing AI content, this is a possibility of this happening in the future. Honestly, I can really see it. But I saw an AI trailer movie of Renegade Immortal. I said Renegade Immortal of Reverend Insanity. This nigga standing at the tip of a cliff. Nigga surrounding him is AI beards, AI wing sways, and famings. Like, what is this, bro? Like, you will allow that on the subreddit, but not a community who just asking once, like, yo, we need some support just to fund this manhwa. All the funding going straight to the manhwa. Even if you don't want them to make no bread here, they can still post on this shit, bro. They can still be allowed to post, yo, new chapter here, new chapter there. If illegal content isn't really the problem, but you're saying legal content the problem, delete every single illegal content out here. And you know what, bro? Switch the rules to ban AI. I understand your concern, but I don't think AI can generate the work of an entire studio just yet. But even if you're accusing them of AI, the burden of proof lies on you guys to prove that it's AI. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm over here going, Detective Conan, I'm already discovered that it isn't. Like, oh, well, let me stop. They just started like yesterday, literally. So we should give them time to tell us who they are. And they will probably make a Discord server. And they already did. And they've already proved that they have real art. And no, Cloning Dragon was translated by RWX 2014. For each chapter to be translated, the readers had to pay /sponsor RX a certain amount of dollars. This whole industry started on the premise of piracy 12 years ago. Copyright agreements came into place much later when Cheating released their app. Before that, there was no such thing. I was there. The RWX did hammer out some kind of agreement that allowed Ruchio World to host content. That's how the translation community has operated ever since. There are some operators who approved and everyone else can't profit. They even shut down fan translations if they cannot compete with Cheating. even if they don't seek out profits. It's easy to think that AI is not capable of certain things until it is. To say that it doesn't look like, it's like this dude's making a judgment without putting down no proof, bro. It seems spiteful. What other subreddits were banned for hosting discussions regarding fan-made comics? What other subreddits were banned for hosting discussion regarding fan-made comics? Additionally, in the pinned thread, there is a manga decks, which far I know is not illegal. I would appreciate if you could also clarify accusation of utilizing AI, which from what I can tell is false and bad faith. The paneling complex environment, in addition of the obvious use of 3D and consistent placements of object, made it seem really well done and intentional. I'm okay with moderation of the subreddit wanted to maintain existence. Now, if it would have just said, if this was going off the scope of like, oh yeah, we think it's AI, even though you have no proof of it, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I understand you don't like AI. We don't like AI. Banish AI. Ooh, you hate AI so much that you got blinded by the art. You probably thought it was AI. You jumped the gun. All you have to do is say you're sorry. But bro says this. We are happy to view the creative outputs of fans. Bring it on. Accounts made 22 minutes ago. Okay, I can see where this is going. But transparent shill account, I engage with you. Oh yeah, this nigga. Oh yeah. Even though this dude could have just been a guy who, I don't know, just made an account because he liked Reverend Insanity. Never really searched up Reddit. Probably his friend sent him a subreddit. He said, yo, this shit is blasphemy. What other subreddits were banned for hosting discussion regarding fan-made comics? Subreddits were banned for hosting fan-made translations. This is specifically listed for bringing a fan-made Manhua recreation, especially one that solicits donations and sell physical copies. Me knows that we have not removed submission from CodePass 7, and that is because he has not monetized his project. I would appreciate if you could also clarify the accusation of utilizing AI, which I could. You can claim you're not using. Well, you could claim that you're okay. When he say you're, he's automatically assuming that this guy is one of the shills or grifters from the team, or he has some type of way or inkling or hand in this. He's not giving no proof. If he's just like, all of this could just show some screenshots. Like, can he show some screenshots, bro? You could use AI to prove that if AI is AI, bro. Like, you could at least do some. You could at least search up AI image proofer and just at least show a screenshot, my nigga. Like, even if it's trash, like you could at least do something. Like, claim that you're not using AI or all you want, but I have not seen a single shred of proof that there is actually wide community of artists or devs behind it. It's far more likely for a single person to be behind this endeavor than there to be a genuinely large project like this with almost no visibility. Seemingly intentionally bad faith critics appear to just be tearing down seemingly well fan-made work, possibly the best. Like what? If you want me to take you seriously, a good start would be not calling this the best fan work to come out in this project in year. And okay, yeah, you obviously seem a little salty, bro. Like, what is this? Did you work on the last Reverend Insanity Manhwa translations? Because if you did, you was ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just saying if this specific person helped edit Reverend Insanity Manhwa, if you did, that shit was ass, bro. I'm just saying, that's if it was you. Or if you know the dude, can you please tell him it was ass? All right, I can see where this is going. I am a shill insofar as I like the 2 chapters, but like this project to get more potential to continue. Same, I'm a shill too. Again, please tell me what subreddits were banned for hosting fan-made work, monetized or not. This is ignoring that the OP coming across as wanting or censoring any discussion regarding the chapters or individual screenshots. I agree. Sure, you could claim that you're not using AI-generated content. Yeah. People who you are talking about have public profiles which you can't contact, which is true. They have a Discord too, which is true. They have placed their usernames on the bottom of each chapter, and they're probably online in the project's Discord. I don't use it, so I can't say for sure. You could have way more than that. If you want to make me take you seriously, okay. Did you just read the 2 initial pages posted? This is undeniably the best fan work to come out of the English community in the last years. Knowing that creative work out of the English community is few and far between. This has good art, good paneling, decent pacing for the few chapters we have, and is a big continuous project. Good, decent pacing. This has amazing pacing for the 2 chapters that I've seen. Maybe I didn't pay for the Patreon, but for the 2 chapters I've seen, they have adapted both the chapters perfectly. Like, both chapters are perfect, amazing, spotless, immaculate. Funny how he calls you a shill immediately. You didn't try to take the more high ground of a good way to start with. I also enjoyed the first chapter, but I think they're obviously not AI, but I do understand his concern for the subreddit not being struck down. But what do you mean? But he likes AI! What are you talking about? I understand if he said, I absolutely hate AI. I don't want AI on this content. I've said this before. I've banned people who posted AI screenshots and shit like that. I do not want no AI here. I don't have a lot of patience when it comes to calling a spade a spade. If I see a fresh account that pops up to defend this, I'm calling it a shill. And the bloviating What the fuck is that? Bloviating about this being the best project in years just exacerbates the impression for me. If I see a fresh account that pops up to defend this, I'm calling it a shield. I don't see how it's insane for a fan of Reverend Insane to want a fan-made work to continue and for it to get enough attention. This dude had to work on the last Manhwa. There's no way, bro. Did this dude work on the last Manhwa? Like, this nigga stupid. I mean, I'm sorry if I like the 2 chapters we got. Did you read it at least? I think you would find it difficult to point towards something better than this that came out from the English community around this novel. I agree. What it tells for me that you're not a part of the community, but are intended to make use of it for your own. What are you talking about? Whether you are just a dedicated fan or actually part of the team is neither here or nor there. The point is that you're only here to push this content onto this community, and we're not a part of it besides that. What? Push the content on the community? This dude acting like he a sleeper agent or so, like some CIA agent who's supposed to be putting crack in the communities. Like he tried to mess with the black community or some shit. Like what are you talking about, bro? The part of the community using a burner is it's really only so that the mod doesn't ban me for disagreeing with their decision to under-release the policy around it. I'm not using it anymore for anything, as I believe the community itself already supports this, as we've seen in the post about the topic you already removed. Using a burn, oh wait, nice try, but if you were really active user here, you use your account for the entire discussion. Then if I or any other mod really ban you, you would have a legitimate grievance and could bring it up against us as proof of our unreasonableness. We have, ayo, can you make me mod? Can we all vote that this nigga Duke Long gotta get kicked out the Heavenly Court, bro, and get me in this? Again, if you're gonna show, try to at least be less obvious. I've already linked you to Copass 7 in his project, which I would say is very ambitious. Ooh, he's translating Manhwa. Ooh, so something we have never seen before. He's translating. Right, listen up here, nigga, man. I don't know if this guy is a friend of this dude's Copass. Maybe he's a sleeper agent. Not a sleeper agent, but maybe he's some type of CIA agent. Maybe he's getting paid on the low. Maybe he's helping with the Manhwa. I don't know what's happening here. He's obviously glazing this nigga Copass when this dude, all he does is translate Manhwa for what I've seen. And nothing wrong with that because not a lot of people can read the language. And not only that, actually translated well. So good job to him. Although if he translated the old Reverend Insanity Manhwa, that shit was ass. I don't know. Maybe that was the old one. I don't know. Maybe I think they're talking about some like new one. Wait, hold on. Let me see, bro. Yeah, he's translating a fan-made Manhwa. What's the difference between translating and drawing? This is actually some niggas who's actually putting their heart, blood, sweat, and tears in not only creating the dialogue, reading the novel, making it one-to-one, being faithful, but also drawing it on top of that. I don't know if it's the Copass. It seemed like a god translator. Okay, maybe the dude didn't do the old Reverend saying Manhwa. Maybe I got that all wrong. He's translating the fan-made one. I didn't know about that. But even then, it's like, how do translating equate to adapting a whole novel from scratch? That's like me comparing the nigga who translated Solo Leveling, the novel, the 360 chapters or 400 chapters they have, compared to like the niggas who adapted the anime. Like, it's like 2 different scopes. Like, don't get me wrong, you know the Chinese language, that's crazy, but them niggas over there had to know the Chinese language, know how to draw, know how to animate, know how to structure it all together, know how to paste it together. Like, it's like a whole different sphere. You're not already taking something that's already existing and you're just tweaking it a bit. You're actually taking something and trying to convert it into a whole nother piece of media from the ground up. Anyways, right? I'm seeing a whole lot of empty promises, not much actually without the carrot of more money. If you just don't want people to make money off this project, that's fine. All you could have just said is like, yo, you can't post profit links here. But besides that, like, we chilling. But it's like you're using AI and this to justify stuff, but you also said that you don't care about AI. So is it AI even the problem, or is them making money? And like they said, prevention of a scam right here. But like, they just don't tell them to post links. Just tell them to not post links to their Patreon. Don't talk about cash. Don't talk about bread flow. Don't talk about none of that supporting yada yada. Say that for your Discord. You can post screenshots on here. You can post your little screenshots. You can post your little art. Okay, cool. Even if it's AI generated. Copass is translating fan-made Manhwa. I do appreciate his work, but he said himself he didn't draw those fan-made Manhwa. I don't see the similarity with both projects when it comes to effort. Those 2 chapters were very well made. It took a lot of time to and surpass the actual Manhwa, both art and storytelling. This is not AI generated at all. I've read plenty of AI generated Manhwa and dang, this AI generated Manhwa? Hold on, bro. No way, bro. What do that even look like? Oh, hell nah. Twin, like, you can obviously tell, like, how do this compare? Like, where's the AI? Is there even such thing as AI generated manhwa? Like, this is like the only thing I can see that's AI generated, and you go, like, come on. I'm gonna say this. Here's my overall thing. If the problem is, his problem is people posting about this AI manhwa, what he think AI manhwa that is claimed to be a fan project for the community to reboot Reverend and Insanity, and they're just trying to grift us to get cash in bags. First of all, they're not making cash in bags, and even if they was, just don't tell them to post their link on the subreddit. Now, in my personal opinion, if it was AI, I'll be like, okay, this is bad because even if you're AI and you're doing this shit faithful, and you're trying to get money off of basically stolen work, in my opinion. So it's like, that's where it's a conflicting issue for me. This guy said, I don't mind the content. AI, if it AI, I don't want content. So what's the real problem? Here's what I think. I got the professional answer, and I got the real nigga answer. Professional answer: don't post the links. He don't want niggas making bread flows in case it's a scam, although they have already proved on the Discord with a little bit of research. Sorry, my alarm went off. They already proved themselves on Discord for a little bit of research. A little bit of research. They showed you the sketches. I've even ran the shit through AI freaking detecting softwares. You just seen it and nothing popped up. I don't know what's this big whole schmeal is. What is happening here? Real nigga answer: nigga's a hater. I think maybe he worked on the Marvel beforehand, or maybe he know this co-pass nigga. Or maybe he owns some Reed Richards and this nigga's paranoid and he's scared that this shit's gonna just collapse the whole universe, that we gonna get hit with a copyright strike and the whole subreddit is gonna cease to exist. Like Thanos just snapped his fingers with all the stones. I don't know. This is a lower for video. I got a breakdown coming out soon. Professional answer: just tell them to stop posting links. They can still post their art. Just don't tell them to plug it at least, okay? Like, best case scenario. Worst case scenario, nigga, stop being a hater. Hop onto the project. We need some more hands, nigga.